Hi guys, I'm in the forest. I want to make a review or commentary on this guy's video. He's not getting stuff right. I think a lot of investors will be hurt by him. So yeah, that's basically it.
Transportation, energy, and AI. Let's look at each of these areas in detail. Before we dive really into that, I want to share something fairly incredible with you. Winston, my golden retriever's teaching portfolio.
This is something he does every video. He starts with his dog, you know. He wants you to be emotionally attached to him or something. Just because he has a dog. Like, look at his profile picture. It's his dog. Whenever he tries to sell his course for like 3,000 USD, I think, it's his dog trying to sell it to you, not him.
That's a $24,000 gain on a $30,000 portfolio. And if you're wondering how we achieved those results, well, we're going to host an exclusive.
Yeah, I've been to this exclusive thing once. Maybe you can make 2%, 3% a year if you're lucky. It's basically day trading without knowing what you're doing.
Webinar where Winston will break down our 3 simple trading strategies for you, completely free of charge. All you got to do is...
Yeah, look at the dog, man. Ignore what he's saying. It's so simple. Why would you pay for it if it's so simple?
Grab yourself a seat at felixfriends.org/webinar and learn.
Don't do that.
Point number 1, robo-taxis. Tesla is on the cusp of revolutionizing urban transportation. Imagine a fleet of self-driving taxis available to...
They have barely finished the app. Calm down.
24/7, safer than human drivers and more cost-effective than...
In that metric, they include motorcycle truckers, so take that with a grain of salt.
With additional ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft, the potential market is enormous. Maybe. So let's crunch some of those numbers.
Not really.
The global taxi market is expected to reach $120 billion by 2027.
So is he expecting that to vanish by 2030? Okay.
Imagine Tesla capturing even just a 20% of that market with their robo-taxis. That's a $24 billion opportunity, and that's just the beginning. But it's not just about the money.
He should give a time horizon, 20% over 10 years? Yeah, maybe 10, 20 years. Sure, they can get that.
The actual impact of that, less accidents, less congestion, profitability for everybody. The ripple effects are quite staggering. Then we have Optimus, Tesla's humanoid robot project, which might still sound...
Yeah, this robot is mostly bolted down and he can only use one arm and it's still manually programmed. Maybe in the future, but at the moment, dynamics is still like the number one.
Like science fiction, but it's rapidly becoming real. Elon Musk believes Optimus could eventually be more valuable than Tesla's entire car business. Think about the implications for manufacturing, healthcare, home assistance. And the global robotics market is projected.
I wonder what he thinks the margin on the robot will be.
To reach $210 billion by 2025. Yeah, next year.
Next year, okay. So, wait. Is it just Tesla or the entire market? Because Tesla has not really started.
And the global robotics market is projected to reach $210 billion by...
Yeah, it throws that out like Tesla is the one that's going to make 210 billion. But Tesla will be like the one, Tesla won't make close to 210, maybe 5 billion. Will go to
2025.
Tesla.
Yeah, next year. So if Tesla can capture even a small portion of this market with Optimus, we're talking about billions in potential revenue rather sooner than later. But let's think bigger. What if Optimus could revolutionize, say, elderly care or disaster response? The potential applications are limitless. And we have the energy business. Tesla's energy storage solutions are growing at an unprecedented storage will moon. And the global energy storage market is expected to grow to $546 billion by 2035. Tesla is positioning itself to be a major player in this space. Let's look at AI and full self-driving FSD. Tesla's AI capabilities are leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. They're not just building better cars, they're creating the brain that will power the future.
what's the market? Like, what's the market for that? How many people will switch? And of course, you have the robotaxi, but then again, the robotaxi actually cannibalizes Tesla's big opportunity that are electric vehicles. Either it's like robotaxi and it's not like about being an actual car manufacturer that sells to private people, or it's like a taxi service, a Hertz, like robotaxi and all the costs, like warranty, customer damage. Like I could just see that going like so out of balance. It's like, yeah.
Of autonomous vehicles. Tesla has over 1 million vehicles on the road collecting data for the AI systems. This gives them an unsurmountable lead in real-world training data. It's like having a million research assistants.
Yeah, but how much value do you put on that? Like today and say 10 years from now? If they would start doing the same, how long would it take for them to catch up?
Work 24/7.
It's hard to calculate any value
the autonomous vehicle market is projected to reach 556 billion by 2026. That's only 2 years away. Tesla is poised to capture a significant portion of this market. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the earnings miss. Yes, Tesla's revenue.
I wonder how we came to that number. Like, oh, Tesla will just catch a big part of that market.
Fell short of expectations. But here is why I'm not worried. Temporary headwinds. Well, the global economy is facing challenges, and the auto industry isn't immune. But Tesla's fundamentals remain strong. They delivered over...
What? They remain strong? What the hell? What is, what earnings report did he read?
For 466,000.
Yeah, that's a drop. Like that's a 14% drop in 1 year. What is he talking about? Like, oh gosh, this guy.
Vehicles in Q2, a 10% increase from the previous quarter.
Yeah, previous quarter was the worst quarter in Tesla history. Of course, this quarter is going to be better than last quarter. They lost like 14%, so...
Tesla has also been reducing prices to drive demand. Well,
yes, that's very bad. So he's right about that. That's very bad.
This impacts short-term margins. It's expanding the market share and it's crushing the competition.
It's not expanding the market share. Actually, they lost market share this quarter. If you look at the earnings, the graph is like going flat. It's not actually pushing up like it used to be. It's going flat. So they actually need to make their factories produce more cars and manage to sell those cars.
It's a classic move from the playbook of disruptive companies with lots of cash. Remember when Amazon was criticized for prioritizing growth over profits?
Yeah, you can't really compare a hardware company to
Look at where they are now. Tesla is playing the long game, and I believe it'll pay off handsomely.
Yes.
If you look at the future products, Tesla confirmed that plans for new, more affordable vehicles are on track for production in the first half of...
But they will also come with bad margins. It will drive revenue, and I think that's the thing that will actually drive the company forward. Not anything else. The cheap cars and the Roadster. Look forward to that if you're a Tesla investor. Don't look forward to the AI hype or robotics. It might happen, it might not. Be realistic.
2025. This will open up entirely new market segments for Tesla. Imagine a Tesla priced at $25,000. It completely disrupts the auto industry, and the potential market expansion is enormous.
But like I said, lower price, lower profits, and more competition will jump into that, so the profits will go down even more over time. It's important to understand.
Companies like Ford and GM would never be able to make a car at that price point, so they just can't compete, especially if you take away the EV subsidies, as Trump is indicating he might do if he wins. Tesla is also investing heavily in AI, including a massive expansion of their GPU cluster. This might hurt short-term profits, but it's setting the stage for future dominance. So coming up, I'll reveal the hidden gem in Tesla's earnings report that most analysts missed, so stay tuned.
I like how he says like they will dominate AI, and then he jumps over the entire reason why they will dominate AI. Is driver data or what part specifically? He just skips over it like it's not important. Like he claims stuff without actually giving any clear information.
Now let's talk about Tesla's energy business here. This division is growing at a breakneck pace, with revenues doubling from last year. Yet most analysts...
Oh, that's funny. Now he chooses to pick last year's number. So when it sounds good, he's going to pick the last year's number. When it sounds bad, he will pick last quarter's. It's kind of like, would you call it unprofessional? I don't know.
Barely mention it. This could be Tesla's secret weapon in the years to come, the Megapack. Tesla's utility-scale battery system is seeing an unprecedented energy.
Thing,
During my time as a corporate wage slave, I worked on several deals in the energy sector, and I saw firsthand how slow and resistant to change traditional utilities were. Tesla is disrupting this industry, and the incumbents are struggling to keep up. All right, here's that bombshell that many missed. Tesla's product outlook section. They reaffirmed plans for cheaper cars coming in the first half of 2025. But more importantly, they hinted at a revolutionary unboxed manufacturing strategy for their robotaxi product. This could be a game changer, potentially allowing Tesla to scale production faster and more efficiently than anybody thought possible. It's reminiscent of Henry Ford's revolutionary assembly line, but for the 21st century. Now, I know what you're thinking. Felix, this all sounds great, but what about the competition? What about the risks? Fair question, and I'm glad.
Many risks. Fairly that he asked. But like the thing is, robotaxi will actually hurt Tesla while it grows. And there will be a pivot point where it actually makes sense to have it. But as they still can grow the EV market space, it would make more sense to get more electric vehicles on the road and then actually go in and make a robotaxi network and actually get sales before they do this, instead of jumping in and then missing out on a lot of sales. I don't like it.
You are thinking that. Let's address them. Competition. Yes, other automakers are entering the EV market, but Tesla's tech lead, especially in software and AI, is formidable. They're playing chess while others are learning checkers. Let's look at some numbers. In the US, Tesla holds about a 65% EV market share. Their closest competitor, Ford, has only about 8% and is just, quite frankly, struggling. Do we have regulatory risk? Yeah, there are always regulatory hurdles with new technology, but Tesla's data advantage.
So is Tesla just going to be US-based? Because Tesla has a lot of competition in China, in Europe. It will be interesting to see.
Autonomous driving is unmatched, which should help them navigate these challenges. Tesla has over 35 billion miles of real-world driving data. Their closest competitor, Waymo, has only about 20 million miles. And yes, I'm not mixing up the millions and the billions like some president mentioned. This data is crucial for developing and proving the safety of autonomous systems. Tesla has ambitious plans, but they've shown time and time again that they can execute on seemingly impossible goals.
Which one? He says like, oh, they achieved impossible goals. I want to be more clarification. Like, is he talking about the Boring Company, the Hyperloop that was cancelled? It was going to replace trains, you know, and then he released the Semi after that didn't work and said the Semi will replace trains. Okay, nothing will replace trains, but this time they will replace taxis. Yes. Let's continue.
Remember when everyone said they couldn't mass produce the Model 3? Or when they said Cybertruck was unbuildable? Many people said that. Tesla has consistently proven the naysayers wrong. So why am I buying this dip? Because I believe the market is fundamentally misunderstanding Tesla's potential. They're not just a car company. They're an energy company, an AI company, and a robotics company all rolled into one. The current price...
Not robotics yet. Maybe in future, but they still are behind several years. So
represents, in my humble opinion, this is not financial advice, a fantastic entry point for long-term investors.
Not financial advice. Buy now. Gosh, buy now. It's only 240, man. Buy now. Not financial advice.
Understand Tesla's true potential and don't mind the ups and downs of 30, 40, 50, 60, or even 70%. So let's do some back of the envelope.
Wait. So he said like buy now, and then he said expect it to drop 60%.
Potential. They're not just a car company, they're an energy company, an AI company, and a robotics company all rolled into one. The current price represents, in my humble opinion, this is not financial advice, a fantastic entry point for long-term investors who understand Tesla's true potential and don't mind the ups and downs of 30, 40, 50, 60, or even 70%. So let's do some back of the envelope calculations
70%.
here. Automotive. Assuming Tesla reaches 20 million vehicles per year by 2030, which is Elon's goal,
that's hardly likely. The capacity now is 3 million. So they need what, like 4 factories more?
Average selling price of $30,000. That's 600 billion in annual revenue. Energy. If Tesla captures 10% of the projected 546 billion energy storage market by 2035, that's another 54 billion in annual revenue.
Yeah, that could be possible.
If Tesla captures 20% of the projected 120 billion.
Yeah, that won't happen. Just ignore that part. That's like if, and then maybe something happens.
Taxi market by 2027. That's 24 billion in annual revenue. And in my humble opinion, the taxi market is going to massively grow once they drive themselves.
Yeah, of
because
course.
It'll be far more affordable to take a taxi because you won't have to pay for the driver.
Yeah, and the margins will be lower because you're going to lower the price, and it will be like a couple cents per mile. Tesla produces a car for 50K, and then they put it into the robotaxi system, and that make a couple of cents per mile. How many miles would it require to pay off a Tesla? Also, customers are your worst enemy. They will rip up the seat, spill drinks. Someone has to be paid to clean the thing. It's a nightmare.
You can get more people in than everything else. Now, Optimus. If Tesla captures just 5% of the projected 210 billion robotics market by next year.
Okay, they have a robot that can use one arm. If you program it, how likely is it that it will be a finished product by next year? Very unlikely, especially when you fire 30% of your working force. I would give it like 5 years. Not 1 year.
That's another 10.5 billion in annual revenue. Adding these up, we're looking at a potential annual revenue of nearly 700.
Did he change it? I think it was 30 before. Now it's 35. What? Wait.
Billion by 2035. And I think a lot of that revenue could come in much sooner. And this doesn't even account for potential breakthroughs in AI or other unforeseen innovations.
Okay, let's say it like this. I believe 2030, they could make close to like 160, 170 billion. And I believe 2027 will be like 135 to 140. I don't know, man. I don't think the company can like grow from 160 to 700 billion in 5 years. That's like 50% growth rate. CAGR. His numbers are like up in a tree.
And I think it's hard to imagine that Elon isn't going to come up with a new idea in the next 10 years. So in our final segment, I'll share my price targets for Tesla over the next 5 years.
No more new ideas.
You might want to sit down for this one. Before we wrap up, let's recap the key points here. Tesla's earnings miss is a short-term setback in a long-term growth story.
This setback will carry on until 2026. 2027, we will start seeing like 20 to 30% growth, but going back to 50% growth will be very hard.
Wall Street is underestimating Tesla's potential in robotaxis, AI, and energy. And new, more affordable.
I wouldn't say that. they are cautious. Everyone should be cautious, especially when there's something that hasn't produced anything like that you can value. That's a long way ahead. It's not like 2025.
Models are on the horizon, expanding Tesla's market. The energy business is growing rapidly and could be a major profit driver. Tesla's AI investments position them for future dominance. Now for my price target. Based on my analysis of Tesla's...
Again, he likes to use the word dominance, but he doesn't describe what part of AI they will dominate. Like just throwing out the word AI and you can suddenly 10x the company.
Multiple revenue streams and growth potential, I believe Tesla could reach over 10x from current levels. It might sound outrageous, but remember, people thought...
Yeah, it can grow 10x if you don't have a time horizon. I think that's the most... that's the biggest thing you can take out of this. If you have 30 years, yeah, this can definitely 10x your money, no problem. But if you expect it to 10x the next 3 years, 4 years, I'm walking in the forest, by the way, so my background noise might not be that great, but yeah, don't be over optimistic, be realistic, create your own calculations. Like I say, like 135 in 3 years. What did he do now? Like 98 or 100 something billion? I don't really remember. But like, be realistic. I could give you an actual number if I get home, but it's just on top of my head.
Amazon was overvalued at $100 per share. Let's break down how we get to this number. Assuming Tesla achieves $700 billion in annual revenue by, say, 2030, with a conservative...
2030, that was what I was expecting. Like before it was 2035, now he says it's 5 years. So he removed 5 years. This guy has no clue, man. What the f***? Okay, sorry for swearing, but 5 years, you're expecting the company to grow by 600 billion in 5 years when they're expecting to grow 2% this year, like 17% next year, and then 20-30% the 2 years after that. And then the 5th year, I guess you will need like 400% revenue growth. 700 billion 2030. How? He changed the number. Like, he's trying to pull views so he can sell you this course for $3,000 and he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, with a conservative profit, okay, 15%, that's
profit
okay,
margin of like 15%, that's 105.
Yeah, but it's not going to make 700 billion, maybe 200 billion. So if you take the 15%, yeah, you're stuck with 30 billion in profit instead of 105
billion in annual profit. Applying a PE ratio of 30, lower than Tesla's current ratio, we get a market cap of 3.
Okay, this is nice. I agree. If a company grows below 30%, like, but the company grew 2% this year, and people are still buying it for 60 PE. I actually think we will see like a correction, like not a big one, but 27, maybe 350 USD if you're lucky and stuff doesn't go terribly wrong. But again, it's very richly traded, and the growth is going back, but it's dropped off from 70% to 2%. That's how bad it's gone for Tesla this year. And I warned people over and over again, be safe, buy at a good price, don't overpay, because this thing can go, it can go to 100 or it can go to 400, depending on what Elon says and how silly the market is.
0.15 trillion. And you might be thinking, you're not going to get a company that big. Well, you know what happened to the Magnificent Seven over the last 8 years?
Gosh.
They went up like, 8 times?
60%. They make large amounts of profits. You're talking about a car company, man. You can't compare them to like something that's like over 50% margin. Maybe
10 times,
in
something
10
like
years.
That, right? So dividing
maybe in 10 years.
The current number of outstanding shares, then, which is about 3.2 billion by the market
cap, you're going to get
the other way around,
as well.
We arrive at a share price of $984.
But
remember, in my opinion, this is actually a conservative estimate.
Oh, conservative. This guy says conservative. 984. He said 984. Oh, I feel sad for people that buy into this, man. Oh gosh, be safe, guys. Don't believe people like him. 984. For what? 2% revenue, 70% revenue, maximum 30% revenue growth. Next 5 years, it will be 984 USD a share, man. While you're getting diluted, while Elon is taking 13%, while he wants you to take 5 billion of the hard-earned cash from Tesla and put it into his pockets, his AI company, so he can grow them. Like, I just see so many things that's going wrong with this company. A lot of things going right, but the focus is like, we want to promote things. It's not like we're going to make the best EV. It used to be that, like, when I invested, and you're going to make the best car, and you're going to make a new taxi system, good luck with that, and you're going to compete with a robot company and have more experience.
My opinion, this is actually a conservative estimate. Once again, it's not financial advice. Obviously, don't base your life's investment decisions on this.
Yeah, don't buy it.
It doesn't account, though, for potential breakthroughs in AI, robotics, or energy storage.
Of course.
It also doesn't factor in the potential compounding effect of Tesla's share buyback.
2,000 in 5 years.
And so in conclusion here, the recent dip, today's dip in Tesla's stock price, in my opinion, represents a...
The dip was from 250 to 240. And this guy goes like, oh, you need to buy the dip. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm gonna say it like, I believe this guy, clueless, but I think this, like, Tesla can go to 160, no problem. So why would you like take a risky bet now? Just when they released a bad quarter? Like, if you want to risk it for Tesla, like, you think it's a good company, will do good in the future, wait until it trades below like 200 moving average at least, and then buy it. Don't buy it when they just had a really bad quarter, basically, guys.
Rare opportunity to invest in a company that's not just disrupting an industry, but creating entirely new ones. Yeah. And as Warren Buffett famously said, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful.
And he also said he doesn't buy tech, he buys chewing gum companies and Coke, because he understands Coca-Cola. Come on. Do you really think all the people on the internet buying Tesla understand the cost and the inventory management and the like shipping and like the complexity of the entire industry Tesla is? I try to understand it, and I put a lot of effort into it because I invested all my money, and I also forexed my money because of that. Do your research, actually find out where they like buy parts for the cars. Like, they ship from Finland, they ship from Japan, they ship from Taiwan. What are they buying from where, and how long does it take until they get it in their factories?
Right now, the market is fearful about Tesla. But for those who can see the bigger picture, this fear could present an incredible opportunity. If you found this analysis helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe.
Yeah, give this video a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Like he said. Also, guys, it can actually be a buying opportunity. Not now, but like, I think Q4 will still be not perfect, but a bit better. So until then, you will probably have a buying opportunity, but it's not above 200, man. Just calm down.
To the channel, and of course, remember to join us for our live trading training at felix.com/webinar and learn how we're up 80% on our trades so far this year.
That's a lie, by the way.
I thank you for watching, and I look forward.
There's a reason why these people don't show the real account. They like to show, like, yeah, I'll show you. Oh, it's a red day today. Yeah, you can see all my holdings. You can go in and watch it whenever you want. I also have in bank, but yeah, no problem, guys. You can follow me there, talk to me if you want to learn something. I'll make a video about it.